Alright guys, before we get this video started, we would like to pretty much say like thank you to all the people who've been watching like the first few videos we put out. And even though we know it's not a lot of subscribers, and we know that over time we know that this is gonna grow, and we'll be able to reach out to a lot of people out there and be able to inspire them and motivate them and be able to help them out when they're in different relationships. So both of us, even when we started this channel, we said that we was gonna be humble about it and be real grateful for the people that do support us and do watch our videos. So from the bottom of our heart, we really say thank you, and we hope you guys enjoy this video. What's up guys, Tommy and Lauren back here with a very interesting video, as you can tell from the title. At first we was contemplating if we really wanted to do this video. But I really wanted to do it. So she wanted to do it, so I said, you know, whatever, why not? Let's just do it. I think it'll be a really fun video just to put out there, you know. And now that we look back on it, yeah, I'm not so scared. But yeah, let's just get right into the story. So I don't remember what day this was. No, it was about, I think about, was the beginning of our relationship? It was maybe around. Was it like within the first year or like? Yeah, it was. No, it wasn't the first year of our relationship. And because he was in college, and his college was 3 hours away, so he only came home like I came home quite a bit though. Yeah, he did, but he came home maybe like once every month or every couple months on the weekend. Yeah, time go by fast though when you think about it. Yeah, I feel like I was always coming home. And I was in still in high school. And you was like a senior, right? Yeah, I was a senior in high school, and he was a freshman in college. And I like him young. Don't say that. It was like late, like it was like around like 8, 9 o'clock at night, right? I don't remember what we were doing, but apparently we was feeling a little frisky. So we ended up driving like. Yeah, we hadn't seen each other in like a couple months. Yeah. No, actually, I had already graduated. High school. So, were you in college at that point? Yeah, I was in college, so you had to be your sophomore. Okay. Okay, so I was a freshman, he was a sophomore. And, but we was at, our schools was 3 hours away. And, I mean, when you in college, right, technically you really don't have nowhere to stay but, like, your parents' place. And I didn't want to bring her back to my parents' place to, you know, but, so I came to pick her up. Or she was already with me, I can't remember. And then we drove and we had like, it's funny because we had like certain spots that we would go to. Yeah. Oh god. So yeah, when we got to that spot. When you're young and you don't have your own place, you make up different spots. So yeah, we went to one of, no, at that time we didn't have no spots. That's how we got caught. We was just driving, you know, things got a little heated, a little too quick. So next thing you know, right? Okay, we pulled over on the side of the road. Yeah, it was like on the side of the road. It was dark, and I'm thinking, you know, ain't nobody gonna come over here where we're at, right? And boy, were we wrong? Yeah, so I was out on the passenger side. We're not gonna get like too much in the detail. We're not gonna get like explicit or anything. But I was out on the passenger side. And I was in the passenger seat. Okay. So, as we're sitting there doing whatever we were doing, like, I see this car come up behind us, right? I just see, like, out the side of my eye. And I'm like, I don't know, like, I said there was a car coming, and you said there was a car coming? I don't know, but all we know is that it stopped. And we like, and I was why like, don't go around? Yeah, and I was like, why don't that car go around, you know? And then all of a sudden, we see the blue and red light. Yep. And I was like, shoot. So what I tried to do is I jumped in the car, right, over her, over to the driver's seat. And at that point, I was like, man, I'm thinking in my head, like, man, we about to go to jail. So so he ended up in the car, both the doors closed, and officers walking up to the car. Yeah. And then they say, can we see your license or ID and stuff like that? So we show them that, and then they asked me to get out the car. Yeah, so at that point, when they asked her to get out, I was like, oh god, they're taking me to jail. Oh, man, what the heck is going on? I'm going to jail. So like, all these thoughts are just going through my head. So they take me out the car. I'm talking to the officer, and he asked me a question. He was like, so what were you guys doing out here? And I'm just like,
Just hanging out, nothing. And I'm like terrified at this point, thinking we're gonna get arrested for like indecent exposure or something crazy.
So,
and they was like, so he was like, just tell me the truth, be honest.
Yeah, so that whole time when she's out there talking to the police officer or whatever, I'm in the car, right, and my pants still like kind of zipped, right. So he took my license or whatever, and then he had my, he's like, so tell me what you was really doing. And I was like, I didn't say that. I was looking at him like that dumbfounded look. I was like, and then he was like, all right, just sit right here. So he walked off.
No, the cop was still talking to me. He was like, so he said,
remember it was two of them.
Yeah, it was two cops. One was talking to him, one was talking to me. They separated us. And he was like, just tell me the truth. Were you guys engaging in sexual activity? And I was like, yes. I was so scared. I just told you. I was like, yes. The officer that was talking to him and the officer that was talking to me, he had the exact same name as Tommy.
Yeah.
First and last name.
Smith.
Tommy Smith. And I was so nervous because here's just a fun fact. Both of us had the same last name before we got married. So both of our last names were Smith before we actually got married. And I'm thinking, oh my goodness.
Yeah, they probably thought it was like
I was like, oh my goodness, they probably want to arrest us. They think that we like brother and sister doing like incest or something. And I'm just like, oh my goodness. I'm like, oh, this. And all these thoughts are just going through my head because when something happened, I automatically assume the worst. And so they went to the car. We got back in the car. And they basically said,
they was like,
next time we want to, do something like that.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be.
He's like, next time just find a better spot.
Yeah.
I was like, man.
And they let us go.
Yeah, that was a scary night. It was funny looking back on it now, but back then, man, that was being young
and stupid.
I don't really call it stupid, hey.
Yeah, things happen, you never know.
But, you live and you learn. And
that's when we start finding spots, actual spots. And it wasn't just all spontaneous, like, ooh, let's just pull over the side of the road and just pull, and just get busy. I
hope you guys are out there, if you are having sex, make sure you're not getting caught by the police. Make sure you got somewhere, and make sure you use protection if you don't know who the person is. That's the advice.
What you mean you know who the person is? Shoot, sometimes you still need the protection if you know who they are.
Okay, advice, moral of the story, advice of the day, strap up. Whoever you with. Well,
how we gonna be giving them advice that we didn't even use?
What you mean? Alright guys, that's gonna be it for this video today. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure you drop a like.
Yeah, if you like this story and want to hear more, make sure you subscribe and just in the comment section, tell us, if you ever got caught in any weird or compromising positions. Literally. And
as always, guys,
peace out.